Hello, everyone. It's Miss Gray Horse here. We're here to do our small group reading in our TCR, Text for Close Reading, Up Against the Wild. Please get it out now. Our new essential question is, what compels us to survive? What makes us or forces us to survive? Turn to page 4 and 5 of your TCR. We're going to be reading Androcles on the lion. Can you practice saying Androcles out loud? Androcles and the lion. This is an Aesop fable, an old story that is not a true story. Androcles, who escaped from slavery, comes face to face with a man-eating lion 2 times in this story. How will he survive this life-threatening situation? What do you think this story will have to do with survival? We're going to read through once, and then you get an opportunity to read through and look for some important character traits about the characters you meet in this fable. Let's start reading. Please follow along in your TCR while I read to you. Back in the days of the Roman Empire, Androcles escaped from his master and then fled into the deep, dark forest. While wandering about in the dense woods, he came upon a lion lying down and loudly moaning and groaning. At first, Androcles turned to flee, but finding that the lion did not pursue him, he turned back and went up to the beast. As he came near, the lion put out his paw, which was swollen and bleeding. Androcles found that a huge thorn had got into the paw, and that was causing the lion's pain. Androcles pulled out the thorn and then bound up the paw of the lion. The grateful cat rose, and not unlike a house pet, licked the hand of Androcles. Then the lion took Androcles to his cave. Every day he brought Androcles meat, which filled Androcles' stomach. But shortly afterward, both Androcles and the lion were captured and sent to the city to be part of a public spectacle. Excuse me. Androcles was sentenced to be thrown to the lion from in front of the emperor and all his court. Meanwhile, the lion had been kept without food for several days. He was so ravenous, and all thought he would devour Androcles in an instant. The time came, and Androcles was led into the middle of the arena. Soon the lion was let loose from his den and rushed bounding and roaring towards his victim. But as soon as the lion came near to Androcles, he recognized his friend. The lion fawned upon him and licked his hands lovingly. The emperor, surprised at this, summoned Androcles to him. Androcles then told him about how he had helped the lion by removing the thorn, whereupon the emperor pardoned and freed the brave man and let the lion loose in his native forest. The end. There's Androcles waving to his adoring fans. Okay. With three characters did we really get to know in this fable? You'll need a pencil to complete the rest of our tasks. You should have answered the three characters we met in this was Androcles, the lion, and the emperor. Let's circle them now. Those are our three characters. There was also a couple of words that probably need to be defined for us. A spectacle. Here's a picture of it here. Androcles and the lion are in kind of an arena. To be part of the public spectacle means your public entertainment. Oops. Entertainment. Another word you might not have known, ravenous. The lion had been kept without food for several days. He was ravenous. Nice context clue. If you were kept without food for several days, you'd also be ravenous. What do you think ravenous might mean? It means extremely hungry. You got it. One more word that you might need to define today. Fawned. The lion fawned upon him and licked his hand lovingly. There's your context clue. To be fawned over is to be given affection. Your dog may fawn all over you if they haven't seen you all day. Affection or love. Very nice. I'll give you a few moments. If you need to pause the video to write this down in your TCR, please do it now. Okay. We have three characters. We need to reread to look for some character traits about them. Androcles. Oops, I always want to put an extra E there. There's no extra E. There's Androcles, the lion, and the emperor. Our three characters. I'm going to give myself some room to leave spots to write what this character is really like. I'm going to reread paragraph 1 and look for clues that tell me what Androcles or the lion are like. We need evidence for all of our claims. Go ahead and pause the video and look for clues now. While you read, you should have seen some clues in the text about both the lion and the Androcles. Androcles escaped from his master and fled to the forest. Not an easy thing to do. He found a lion laying down, moaning and groaning. Maybe a dramatic lion. Maybe a lion in a lot of pain. Androcles turned to flee, but he turned back when he didn't get followed. That shows that he is a very brave person. If you wrote brave or courageous, I would not have blamed you. That's a great thing to say. He also pulled the thorn out and bound the paw of the lion. What do you think this means about the kind of person Androcles is, besides being brave and courageous? I think it means that he is a kind person. There's many words for that. Kind, compassionate, nice, friendly. All of those are acceptable words. Kind, friendly. Those are some words I'm going to write about Androcles so far. There's also some clues about what the lion is like. The lion put his paw out, which was swollen and bleeding. He offered it to Androcles. Help me, help me. I think this means the lion is friendly. Are there any more pieces of evidence in paragraphs 1 or 2 that tell you that the lion is friendly and nice? There are a few pieces. He licked the hand of Androcles. So sweet. I'm going to write sweet. He also took Androcles to his cave. It's like taking him to his house. He brought Androcles meat, which filled Androcles' stomach. Sweet, friendly, he fed his friend. That's very helpful. Helpful. Kind of like a doggo, right? They're very loyal. They'll bring you stuff, like our doggies. Helpful. They have a great friendship going on here. But Androcles and the lion were captured and sent to the city to be part of the public spectacle. That's not a great thing. We have a little more evidence about the kind of person Androcles is, the kind of lion the lion is. Even though the poor lion was ravenous, he did something kind and brave. Do you know which piece of evidence that is? If you underline something like, as soon as the lion came near Androcles, he recognized his friend. The lion fawned upon him. You're right on it. What a sweet thing for a lion to do. This is not a ferocious beast at all. We have just a little bit of information about the last character, the emperor. Do you think he's a nice guy? The emperor is the one who sentenced Androcles to be thrown to the lion. I don't know about you, but that sounds really mean to me. If you wrote mean and cruel, I would totally support your choice. The emperor is pretty mean, pretty cruel. He does one thing to redeem himself. So maybe he's mean and cruel at first. What's the nice thing that he did at the end of the story to redeem himself? He was so surprised that he pardoned and freed the brave man and let the lion loose. That's actually a pretty decent thing to do. So in the end, you might say that the emperor was nice. Okay, I'm going to zoom out so you can see all of my words. Please know you can always pause to make your TCR look like mine. Once your TCR is annotated, please turn to page 11. Oh, good old brush fire. Ed was such a pill. we're going to complete this chart. What skills and character traits do the main characters use to survive their predicaments? That's a crazy word, predicaments. Predicaments means problems. A pickle, if you will. A big problem that they're in. What skills or character traits do the main characters use to survive their predicaments? Then you get to choose which of the characters we're looking at to decide who is the most heroic, who is the bravest, and you need to explain why. In Androcles and the Lion, Androcles, we said he is a brave, kind, friendly person. This helped him out of getting eaten by a lion 2 times. Being kind can help get you out of situations. Our lion is also kind, but loyal. Being loyal to Androcles gave him freedom. Here's our favorite character, Ed from Brushfire. Ed, we might say he is a selfish person. Maybe he doesn't care so much about what others care about. He's selfish. He's uncaring. You could come up with a lot of words for Ed. He ends up not being able to get out of his predicament. He kind of ignores others. He ends up in trouble and without being able to save someone else. Once you finish writing the skills and traits, you need to choose who is the most heroic of all the characters. If I were you, I would not choose Ed. All right, you have finished your small group work for today. Great job, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day.